Hey guys, it's Animelover and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing another Five Below art supplies, and this time it is a watercolor palette set. Hold up, I gotta get some scissors so I can actually open it up. Okay, got the scissors. So we saw this when we were at the store and thought it was super adorable and cute. And honestly, I was very curious in just it in general, so thought might as well get it, see if this $5 doesn't tell me how much it is. Okay, this $5 watercolor set is even good. I'm not an expert in watercolors, but I am still going to try it out and see, because you know, can never have too many watercolors. So I guess let's get into this. So I got all the plastic stuff off because that was going to be annoying and I didn't want to do that on camera. The packaging feels really nice. It's like a really nice, like, smooth plastic feeling. So that's really interesting. I really like that it's a little cat. That's honestly the cutest thing. Let's try opening it. Okay. This is what it looks like on the inside. They feel interesting. There we go, got the paintbrush. Here's the paintbrush, and all that. It doesn't feel that bad, so I'm very curious of how that's going to be, because I don't know if it's going to feel cheap or if it's going to feel not cheap. I don't know. I'm going to try it with the brush and see how it is, but normally I use, like a fillable or portable water-filled one, so we will see how good this brush works with this and all that. And I guess let me go grab some watercolor paper and we can start getting to the color swatching of this. So if you do not know the story or not have watched the other videos that I have done for Five Below art supplies, then I will just retell it. Basically, we had gone to Five Below with our dad for our birthday and had gotten a few art supplies. And then we had gone with our mom like a bit ago and all that, and bought even more art supplies. So basically, we have a lot of art supplies and I'm trying to get through them, and that is what I am actively doing right now. So basically, while color swatching these, I noticed very quickly that I probably grabbed, the wrong paper, because I think I grabbed Cool Press color paper. It was really smooth paper. It had no grit really to it, and I realized I probably should have grabbed one that had a bit more like grit or tooth to it, because it did not like me while trying to put the colors down. I also noticed some of the colors were very, more, opaque, and then some of them were straight up more transparent. So it was very, very weird. I don't know why it was like that, but to be fair, this is Five Below type of watercolors, so I was not expecting much, really, from them. I was just expecting them to hopefully work like water-based marker, or oh my god, I've been doing markers, and so suddenly I'm like, yeah, water-based markers. No, watercolors. So I kind of just was hoping that they would just at least work like watercolors. It has been a hot minute since I have used watercolors, and I am also not a pro at watercolors. So I do apologize if my statement or reviews on this is not the best. Again, I am not at all like a watercolor person. I just use them more for fun and more use them as like a base color when I do things, because I'm a mixed media artist. I basically mix a lot of material together, which you will see later in this video, because I do not shade with watercolor. I actually shade with colored pencil, and you will see that later in the drawing process. So I did try to blend with the watercolors, and obviously I probably just suck at blending in general, but they seem to have blended pretty well. My type of attempt of blending is very muddy and not the best. So, not really sure if I could say I blended them and tried to do it pretty well, but it seemed to have done the job of blending. To be fair, I'm not going to blend it in the future, but I was trying to see how well it blended and just how well it worked, so So I did all of the sketching for this video off camera, as with watercolor, I like to have a big group of artwork before I even consider actually getting into the artwork part and doing the whole watercolor part, because it's so much of a hassle and work to do the watercolor part. And so it was just easier for me to sketch out everything and what I was going to do and just get a big group of drawings ready, as I do have like 2 other water-based kind of things after this video that will be eventually uploaded. And so I had to sketch 2 other things, and I was just in more of the mood to sketch, sort of, and just do that before I finally got to doing the whole watercolor thing. So sorry if you wanted to see the whole sketching process on camera. Unfortunately, I just didn't want to record while I was doing that, as lots of stuff was going on in like fucking the background and stuff, but I also just didn't want to record at all the sketching process, as it would have been sneak peeks to other things of what was going on that will happen in future videos. So, sorry again. Before I get to the pros and cons and all that, I wanted to state that I was not happy while doing this drawing. Like, this whole drawing was not my best work and stuff like that. I think I've been working on a lot of like artwork and stuff, and I have been trying to just, produce videos and make stuff, and so I'm working in a small time frame, and I am trying to produce as much stuff for you guys. And just this one really showed just not my best of work. I am not a fan of how this turned out, like, at all. Fangirl thinks it's adorable and thinks it's cute, and I'm over here like, it's ugly and I hate it. It's the most worst thing I've ever done. And I thought I'd at least share how I felt and how I was feeling while doing this drawing, and just let you guys know that not every piece that I will make, or even you guys would make kind of thing, is going to be a masterpiece or perfect. But at least I reviewed these type of watercolors, and I at least made a video and made content for you guys. And that was basically the thing I had to keep telling myself, is at least I made a video and it is done, and that it is reviewed, and that now I can store these away and clear up space on my dining room table, because that's where I do all of the reviewing, because I don't have anywhere else properly to do it. So I just had to keep telling myself, like, it's fine, even though this is not the best work that I could have done, it's okay, it's fine, kind of thing. And like I said, just wanted to share that before I get into the pros and cons of these watercolor kind of thing. And just overall, that might affect how the watercolors are being ranked and how I feel about them, but at the same time that it's probably more me more than the watercolors themselves. But like I said, I just wanted to share that before we got into the whole reviewing part. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get to the pros and cons. So, the pros. So, I thought the case was so adorable, which is the whole reason why I even bought it, because it looked like a little cat. And it was just so adorable and cute, and I really liked that it is a small little watercolor set that is basically travelable, and it's just so cute and adorable. Another thing is that it had a lot of really pretty and nice colors in the set, and I very much appreciated that, as it is so nice to have a lot of colors while doing watercolor. Obviously, you can blend and mix colors. I tend to just go with the colors that are there half the time, as I don't want to have to make custom colors all the time when I'm doing type of like artwork. So it was very nice to have a good wide variety of stuff. Another thing was that they weren't bad. They were actually like pretty good and worked like how they should and stuff like that. I know that some of them were very transparent and watery, but to be fair, I think I just didn't add enough water while using them, and it was just maybe a me thing on that. But I did notice that some of them were like that. But again, they did work pretty good for watercolors from Five Below. And another thing that I thought was very interesting was that the brush was actually pretty good. I very much expected this brush to like fall apart or just fray or like just have little hairs everywhere, and it surprisingly held together pretty well for this whole drawing. And I was very much like surprised that it did. I very much expected it to just fall apart on me or something, but it actually did pretty well. I do wish though that I did use my own watercolor, like water brush and stuff like that, because this little brush is not meant for big drawings like what I did, because it could not hold enough water and it could not hold enough of the pigment of the watercolor itself, and so it made it very difficult to just apply color, that I was constantly had to keep reaching over and over to get colors. But to be fair, that's on me for doing a really big piece and all that, and using a very tiny brush. So that's more on me than the brush itself. The brush is pretty good actually. Now to the cons. So like I just mentioned, even though the brush was really good, it did not go very well for big projects. But again, that's more on me more than the brush itself. I should not have expected a little brush to be a very good source for a drawing for a big piece. So that's more on me. Now, I had mentioned about the transparent colors and stuff like that. And another thing is the chalky feeling of the watercolors. So I am not very bothered by chalky or weird feeling kind of watercolors once they dry, as most of my watercolors that I use have that type of feeling. But it was something that I did notice and I did want to point out, as I don't know if that could annoy other people. Me, it does not bug me, but other people it may bother. So, and if you want me to re-clarify, the cons are the brush should have been better with a bit a smaller thing. I shouldn't have expected a small brush to work with a big drawing. Then, some of the colors are very transparent, and then chalky feeling. I just know it was all over the place and I should have worded that better kind of thing. So I just wanted to put the pros and cons in their proper spot and re-clarify the cons. Since we are getting close to the end of the video, I'm going to do a little self-promotion because, well, I can. So if you guys want to get exclusive or early access art, then please consider checking out our Patreon. We try to post as much as possible and as frequently as possible. And we basically have a ton of stuff on there. We have so much things, including YouTube art, which will not be posted anywhere else publicly, besides obviously on YouTube. But you will get that basically extremely early, if not days or weeks before we upload them to YouTube and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that, go check out our Patreon. If you're interested in getting commissions or yachas, then go check out our Ko-fi. We have a ton of stuff listed there and try to post as much yacha stuff as possible if you are interested. If you are interested in getting character designs or custom adopts from us, then please go consider checking out our toy house or our adopt Instagram. We have a ton of designs that are basically available still and ready to basically find a new home. We have them for money, OC trade, or adopt kind of, or art trade kind of thing. So if you are interested, go check those out. And if you are interested in getting more content from us and silly stuff that's even more funnier than our art videos and stuff like that, then go check out our gaming channel. We have been posting there a lot, and we post as much as possible kind of stuff and are trying to be as frequently as possible uploading on there and stuff like that. We post basically almost every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So if you are interested in that, go check that out. All of those links will be basically listed down below in the description if you are interested in supporting us there. And if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more like it, then please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!